Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a pretty big grocery haul through Woolworths. I have blown the budget again this week and I just keep spending money. But this week they did have some specials at Woolworths on meats. They had specials on lots of things again like they did last week, so I thought why not take advantage of it. And also the kids are on school holiday, so just needed that extra food. As everyone knows how much the kids go through when they're on school holidays. So let's run through what I've got and I'll give you the total of this big haul at the end of the video. The haul's so big I've got no room left on this table. I should have bought another table in like I did last week. But I've picked up some pedigree adult dog food for my Labrador, and I have done a big order on dog food at Bunnings as well, but it wasn't coming till another 2 days. So I had to get him just a bag to fill in till the big bag came. I've also bought 14 litres of milk like normal. My milk's out in the garage. I've just put a few out, lights and full cream. I've also picked up some almond milk. This was $2 for a litre, so I've got 2 bottles of that, and I like to use that in porridge in the mornings and also in my smoothies. So Woolworths had some deals on meat this week, which I've never really seen before, especially when it comes to mince and things like that. But I just thought I needed some meat. I don't have much in the freezer. So I got some middle bacon so I can make the kids some bacon sandwiches and eggs, or just bacon and eggs. I've also picked up some mince. Now this was 2 packets, which is 2 kilos, like a kilo a packet. Two packets for $20 this week. So it was $10 a kilo. So I thought that was all right. So I just got that because, I'm going to cook up some meals this week and things with it, or I'm just going to batch cook. Doesn't really matter, but we always need meat. It's mince. It's just a great standby. I find for the kids, I can just make them up some meat patties or anything like that. So I just find I like having a lot of mince in our freezer, which our freezer is pretty empty when it comes to mince and meat at the moment. Now the chops were on special too. These were $14. So it was $20 a kilo, $20 a kilo for the chops, which is pretty good. And I also got some beef porterhouse steak. My Labrador's hanging around the meat. So these 2 steaks were only $13.88. I thought that was really good for 2 porterhouse steaks. So that will do our family for a night. And also the chops. So chops will probably end up on the barbecue, but not bad because chops are usually pretty expensive. So is a porterhouse steak. I've also picked up 2 kilos of chicken breast for just under $20. Just wanted 2 kilos of it so I can make batch cook some meals and do some slow cooker meals and things like that. It's just so easy over the school holidays. I've also got 24 thin barbecue sausages. I got these at the last moment because I thought, no, the kids are on holidays. I'm going to need sausages. I can quickly make something with them. I've also picked up some more treats for the kids, like some snack food. So I got some Shapes, Vegemite and cheese. They like these ones and they were still on special. And also some Shapes fully loaded wicked sweet chili. My oldest boy absolutely loves chili, anything chili, so I got them for him. I've also got a bag of Maltesers just so we can have like a movie day together and have some treats. I also got myself one of these coconut slab because I love that chocolate. It's beautiful. And I've also got Oreos. I did try and get the mint ones this week, but they just didn't have them in, so they just had to substitute me for the double stuffed ones, which I really like the double stuffed ones. I've also picked up this Black Forest Dairy Lee. I can't help myself when it comes to chocolate. Absolutely love it. So it was on special, so I just thought I'd try that. I usually just put it in the freezer or hide it because it's not really cold, like that hot at the moment. I've also picked up heaps of these noodles because they were only like 99 cents. I just find these really handy for me too for lunch sometimes, or for the kids when they're on school holidays and they can just get me to boil the jug and I can just make them up for them pretty easily. So I've got a few of them going, but I did try the Aldi one the other day and it was really good, the mee goreng. I've also got some mulled salsa because I'm going to be making nachos for the kids, so I've got like 2 bottles of that, one in the pantry now and another one, because I just find them just so good also to add with meat and things like that, like chicken. I've also picked myself up this Maybelline eyebrow pencil. I seem to go through these so quickly. I don't think I've tried this type of one. I usually buy the Revlon, but some last longer than others, some snap off. So I'm just going to try this. It was like half price. I think it was like $9. I just feel like I'm really in need of some new makeup. I really haven't bought new makeup in ages, so I really need to start looking at some makeup sales and start buying some. I picked up 3 packets of popcorn. I got a triple butter and 2 original butter flavours just to have with movies. The kids like to have this and it feels like they're going to the cinema, which they probably will on the school holidays anyway, but these are always good to have in the pantry so they can have like some chocolate and a packet of popcorn to share. I just like to have that in stock because they sometimes have it after school even. I got some cranberries because I'm going to make a little bit of a trail mix up. And I haven't had cranberries in such a long time. And I was also going to do a recipe with the cranberries as well. So I bought them. I also bought a big bag of almonds. Now, I have been eating a lot more almonds and cashews lately, just as a filler throughout the day. They are expensive nuts, but I do find that they're cheap for what you get because they last for so long. So I've just got a big bag of them. I've still got cashews in the cupboard and things like that. So I am going to try and make a little bit of a trail mix up. I've also bought some of this masala. This was on special and I'm going to make that in one of the dinners this week, just a chicken masala with some rice and maybe some veggies on the side. I just find it really easy for the slow cooker when you get these sort of simmer bottles, even though I've never really bought them before, but I know how good they can be for convenience. I've also picked up 4 cans of tuna, just some lemon pepper ones and some sweet chili because my kids like those 2 the best. I've also picked up 2 aeroplane jellies because I always like to have these in the stockpile pantries. The kids have had the flu over the last few weeks or over the last month on and off. My husband's got it today, so he's off work. So I just like to have jellies and things like that in the cupboard, just things that, if you don't feel like eating much, you can have some jelly. The kids really enjoy it. And even for dessert and things like that, I always have jelly in the cupboard. I've also picked up some of this Colgate mouthwash because we run low on that and that had a bit of a special on that, but it's not something I buy all the time, but when we run out I do. I've also got some peeled Italian tomatoes. Now I say this all the time, we just go through so much. I just like to buy like a big box of it. I even like to have that just on toast sometimes, some like whole tomatoes on toast with pepper and salt, really nice, and it's a really cheap meal. I don't know about anyone else, but I haven't been able to get any canned beetroot, but I did get a can of diced beetroot. That's going to go into that wheat bix slice that I'm going to make, but I couldn't get any of the other beetroot. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I picked up some pinto beans because I really like pinto beans in Mexican chilies and things like that. So I just got 2 cans of that. I still do have some dry beans in the cupboard which I could soak and cook up, but sometimes it's just so handy to have the canned beans in the cupboard. I've also picked up some fish food granules. I really don't like the granules as much as the flakes, but they didn't have it in stock, so they're giving me the granules. I've also picked up a large jar of Vegemite. This was $9 now for this big jar. I stopped buying it because when it got broken on the floor, it was a lot of money to sort of lose. So instead, I'm just going to fill up the smaller jar and place this big jar at the back of the pantry so it can't break and just do it that way because it's just cheaper to buy the large jar like that. But like I said, I stopped buying it because we have broken a few on the floor. I've also picked up a can of canola oil spray. I do use the olive oil spray in one of those reusable spray bottles, but I just want a canola oil. Sometimes it's better and doesn't stick as much as the olive oil. I've also picked up a bag of coconut because I'm running low on that and I did want to make some sort of fruit balls up with it and maybe a cake or something like that. I've also got some pasta because we're running low on that and I definitely need some more pasta in the house. I've also got some corn chips. So I've got some original salted and supreme cheese. I'm going to make the kids some nachos out of that, and it's always good to have them with dips and things. I did order a French onion dip, which they have charged me for, but it's gone missing, so I will have to ask them about that. But yeah, I did buy the French onion dip for some of that as well, for the chips. I got the Nescafe Blend 43. So this is how the shop gets more expensive, by buying like these sort of products. So that was sort of on special this week and my husband needed that, but that lasts for ages. I've also picked up some mee goreng noodles for my oldest boy, just the 5-pack there. I haven't bought these in probably about a year, I don't think. So I just got them, as it's always great to have noodles when the kids are on holidays so they can have a bit of a snack. I've also picked up a bottle of lemonade. We're completely out of lemonade. And I also got some vegetable oil because we just don't have any vegetable oil. I've got some olive oil and I definitely needed vegetable oil. I don't usually buy this. This will last me months in the cupboard. But if I want to make the kids some chips or something like that, I've always got something other than olive oil. So I just needed some of that. I've also picked up some vitamin C tablets, or the Vita gummies there. They had a special on them and I just put them into the cupboard there just for my husband or myself. I picked up some of this protein powder. This is the Keep It Cleaner one. I have bought this in the past, just the vanilla one. It's really good, and I just put that in my smoothies, just a spoonful of that in my smoothies sometimes, and it just makes it a little bit thicker as well, and plus it gives you that extra protein. This was probably around about $10 off this week, and I only get it when it's that price. So it was like $23 something. For the container of it, and it lasts me ages and ages, and I only just put it like in smoothies. So I really like this brand. I've tried the chocolate before, but I like the vanilla because I can add it to everything, and I can put it with my spinach smoothies and berries and things like that. So, you know, if you have chocolate, then it sort of takes away any other flavour and you can't add it with anything else. So I've just got that this week. So that was another big item along with the vitamin C as well. I also picked up some extra large garbage bags there. Now I am changing my bin and getting a new one because the other one's just so old. So I've picked up some bags there, and sometimes these are really good if you want to donate clothes and all that too. I've also got some Quilton extra thick tissues. I get these for the kids because I find them not as scratchy as the cheaper brands, but I like the value of these ones, so I just get a box of them as well for the house. We're just in that season at the moment where I feel like I do need to stock up on some tissues because kids just seem to go through tissues so quickly. They just waste them, and you know, you're forever putting them in your pocket or your handbag just to take out with you. So I've also picked up some soft white toast bread here. Look, I like the other brands of bread as well. Sometimes I just can't bring myself to pay nearly $5 a loaf because it just goes so quickly in our house. Like, we could go through a loaf of bread in a day. So I've gone back to this one for a while. It's just the soft white toast from Woolworths. Even that's probably like all the money I want to spend on bread as it is. So I will pop these in the freezer because the kids will just be probably having toasted sandwiches more over the holidays than having sandwiches as such. But just got the usual 3 loaves just in case I need them. I also got 2 kilos of onions because that was like under $4 for the 2 kilo bag. So really good price, and I'm just always getting the 2 kilos now because you always get a better deal on them. I got 2 bags of spinach. I wanted the big bag, but they didn't have it in stock. I just use this baby spinach for my smoothies, and I add it with banana and some almond milk or protein powder or some berries or something like that. So I do usually just keep it pretty simple. I've got bananas here. They've gone up in price. Everything else has sort of come down in price, but I've noticed the bananas have gone up. And I only just got 3 tomatoes because tomatoes are still really expensive as well. And I find that that's sort of all we need for the week. We'll just have a toasted sandwich with them. I got some mushrooms because I really love fried mushrooms with pepper and salt. And I have been craving them lately, and they're really good on the barbecue. I've also got a big thing of silver beet here. That's come down in price. Like, that was like under $4 this week. So that was really good because I've been paying like close to $5 for it. And they've given me a huge bunch. If you can see here, it's like nearly a double bunch, which I have had a few of them over the last month where they give me like a double bunch of it. Really good value because if you get a small bunch, it doesn't go far. So I'll get a few meals out of that. I got a red cabbage for a stir fry. Most of these things here are for a chicken stir fry. So I've also got broccolini. We've got the cabbage for a stir fry and zucchinis there as well. So, and even cauliflower. I bought some cauliflower as well because they've just come down in price so much now for a whole cauliflower. So I've got carrots because even they were cheap, and I did buy a bag of carrots at Aldi the other day. But, you know, carrots are come down a fair bit too. So I'm really happy that the vegetables have finally come down compared to what they were like at the beginning of the year. I've got 4 kilos of potatoes. They've also come down to a price that people can now pretty much afford. So potatoes are, just looking at them, the cauliflower is only $2.50. The carrots were $1.40. And the potatoes now are $7 for 4 kilos. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So that's basically all I've got today in the shop, which is enough for us for the next week or so. We'll have definitely lots of meat left over and things like that. And I just had to buy some more meat this week. I just feel like my chest freezer just isn't getting full anymore. The only thing I'm sort of putting in it is bread because the meats have been so expensive. And I do get some frozen foods for the kids occasionally and put them in there. So our budget is now $250 or under, but I have gone well over that this week because I have bought like protein powders, and I've bought Maybelline makeup, I've bought dog food, I've bought fish food, the coffee, just the big bulky items sometimes really push it over. So this week's total of the grocery haul was $328.49. It's a lot of money for a weekly shop, but there's things here that are going to last me for more than the week, like oils and coffees and things like that. So I won't need to get them next week. But that's basically the shop today. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and today's grocery haul. I will be coming out with the weekly meal planner video. I'm not sure if it will be in the next day or so because the kids are on holidays, but I will definitely get that up before the end of the week. But thank you very much for watching today's grocery haul, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better.